Hey, what it do? What the business is?
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal underscore Brown if you're looking for me on socials.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. Holla at your boy AB. It is 180 degrees outside. Please, no one call me in the daytime to do anything.
It's a heat wave popping off, man. Stay inside. Even if it's not
Jesus.
even like technically a heat wave, it's just hot as hell. Just so
Yeah.
daytime hours, office hours, it's over with, bro. I'm not coming outside. I'm
Office
not might
hours
not just
start
come
at
outside at
6 now.
all.
Yeah, office hours start at 6 now. Or it's Zoom or a phone
And
call.
that's and
That's
I don't leave
it.
after 6 anyway.
So it's pretty much a wrap.
I'll see y'all in the fall.
I saw something that I didn't really like. As an adult, you think this way now. Summer slick might be the worst season.
I saw that.
They,
I saw
they
that.
might be right.
Hey, nigga might be
When
on to
we
something
was
with that.
young, they used to get that off on us. Oh, summertime, you can go outside. Like, man, listen,
But
bro.
that's because you out of school. That's when
Facts.
it made sense. Now we ain't got
Facts.
school. Now it's just
It's
hot for
just
no
hot,
reason.
nigga. You just sweating through the brand new cool t-shirt you got.
I'm
Like
good.
it's disgusting outside.
It is trash.
Hey man, y'all that love summer, man, just tell us why in the comments. But
They might live in San
you,
Diego or somewhere. It's like 75
if it
year
don't get
round.
above 85,
Yeah.
yeah, we ain't going above 85, then it's cool. Other than that, like where we at now, 98, 99 on a random Tuesday? I'm good. I am good, bro. But y'all know why y'all are here. Again, welcome to the On Deck TV show, man. We got a packed show for you this week that touches on some R&B. We go over to a Billboard 75 singers list, getting out of our wheelhouse a little bit there, but we had some thoughts. Also, Mexican OT defends the use of the N-word. Can't wait to get into that one. Fat Joe faces a lawsuit. Cardi B drops a new single, and the XXL freshman class is released. AB, that used to be a really big deal. We'll get into some of the people that are on there. But first,
Yeah.
the clips are continuing a impeccable rollout. This time, the rollout song included a diss to Travis Scott. There's been a lot of conversation about Pusha T and if this is a clout chase or if it was warranted. My question to you, AB, is that of the aforementioned thing. Do you think he was cloud chasing or was Pusha T warranted in his response?
Listen, man. First of all, the song, the So Be It, that shit go
Yeah.
hard. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm
I
fucking with that.
fucks with that. The be hard, the sample flip is tough. Pharrell in his bag. It don't really even sound like a Pharrell beat. Like he on a whole nother planet with this one. He got this out the goddamn vault. The briefcase nigga with the
Chad
light
was
shining out that
Chad
shit.
was still around. And what it was. He had
That
that old
shit
leftover from when Chad was a
gotta be that shit going crazy. Now the song is fire. That's number one. Number two, I know a lot of people thought he was talking about Kanye at the end. It actually he did kind of
I
in an
wished he was
interview.
talking about Kanye.
He confirmed that he was talking about Travis Scott. And while I can understand someone thinking this is clout chasing because number one, it seems hella random. The song that the whole genesis of it was allegedly Pusha T played him Meltdown off of his last project, which we of course know featured Drake when Drake dissed Pharrell. But Pusha T was like, when he played me the song, he stopped it before it got to the Drake part. Now, depending on who you ask, some people say the Drake part wasn't on there yet, which is another thing. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. And so when the song comes out and it look like you co-signing a nigga dissing my partner, I'm gonna be like, fuck you. I get that. I'm of the age bracket where back in the day, people's diss songs were reserved for albums. There was no social media. There weren't many Lucy's. Every once in a while,
Hit him up to come out.
Jay with what's the super ugly, that was a Lucy. They just kind of put
Hmm.
that out, shot it to the DJs, whatever. But Blueprint 2 was on his album. Ether was on his album.
Rev Up
Takeover
was
was
a
on his
Lucy.
album. I mean, all that. Those were album songs. People waited to respond to all the shit that had happened since the last album. They waited until their new album to discuss it. So that's what this reminds me of. And it's on par with the rollout they've been doing that's been kind of throwback. They haven't been going to the streamers. They've been going to Funk Flex to release the album. So it makes sense to me. I know it seems weird. Travis Scott, they're not even in the same league. He's ignoring Pusha T, but
Is
I
it?
mean, excuse me, he's ignoring Jim Jones.
Oh.
So people are kind of like Travis Scott, but I think it's warranted, and I don't think he cloud chasing, even though I can understand why in today's climate it feels like it.
And that's what matters, right? Like the perception is reality. I'm a Pusha T fan. I
You
don't,
went to the
like
show.
you said, I went to the show. I fuck with Push.
Yeah.
I don't see the logic in dissing somebody like Travis Scott, even if he irks you. It's like Joe Budden has this story like when he was on the elevator with Tyler the Creator, and it's like this nigga just gets on my nerves, but this is a fucking kid. Like they supposed to act like this.
Yeah.
Some of the things that Pusha T is saying that Travis Scott did, switching sides, did a not like us thing. He's supposed to be Drake homie, and the thing you just said that he did in a studio session. I get it. It's irritating. But if I'm Pusha T, I'm a marksman. Like I'm a real professional with this shit. He's came out and said that he doesn't even consider Travis Scott a rapper.
Rapper. Yeah.
So there is real, like you do face the criticism of being called a clout chaser because you're dissing a nigga that's not a rapper. Like
But
he
it's
ain't
popular
responding to
too.
you. He is popular, but that makes it even more clout
Yeah.
chasey,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
especially from niggas that's like, oh, I'm a Drake stan, and you did this with my mans. You inserted yourself in that beef, and you just like looking for different popular people to beef with because nobody cares about your music. You've now created that narrative on the other side, regardless if that's what you're doing or not, and that's where you needed to be more careful. I don't mind that he has a problem with Travis Scott, and I think that's a generational thing more than it is a Travis Scott thing. It's like an old nigga being like, I don't like none of you young niggas. I hate the way you niggas dress. I hate the way you niggas talk, calling each other twin.
Get off my lawn.
I hate everything about you niggas.
Yeah.
You just happen to be the forefront of the niggas that I'm talking about. So if I'm pushing T, I don't really feel like this is worth his time. So it does appear cloud chasing. You should have avoided doing this. Leave that shit alone. I don't have to take up for real. Like none of that shit matters. The most I'm mad about, nigga, I may send you an invoice for coming to ruin my studio session in the Louis Vuitton studio with Pharrell. Nigga, what are you doing here? Who let you niggas in? That's what I would be most mad about. My issue would be a business issue, and this nigga came and wasted 3-4 hours of my goddamn studio session, jumping around, playing bullshit music that I have no interest in hearing. So I don't think that warrants a 8 bar diss track. If anything, it's like I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 cents? That's that one line, and we out of here. I don't got to explain it. I'm not talking to GQ about it. It does seem kind of cloud chasey, and it could have been avoided.
Yeah, I heard Bun B said that Travis gonna respond.
And do what?
I have no
Like what?
clue.
And if I'm Bun B, I'm not even like, don't even ask me about this, my nigga. I got Trill burgers for sale. I don't know nothing about Travis Scott. I fuck with Push. Like we from the same generation, nigga. I don't know nothing about none of that, bro. I got a new Trill burgers opening up down south though. Like that's
What
all I
is
want to talk about. Like
what is
because there's
what is
nothing that
Travis Scott gonna diss? What is he gonna diss him on a sneaker? Like I would, what is he gonna do to?
nigga gonna make one of them emo songs and do a chant. Fuck Push T, like some chant mosh pit type shit. Like it don't. I like there is no like. This is such an easy win for Push. It almost is clout chasing. Like there's nothing that can. I only do Push. Like is Travis Scott cool with niggas that can rap? Like do he got niggas in his camp? Like don't ain't what's the nigga
No,
named Jack Boy or something?
I
Don't
mean,
he got
Sci-Hi
people
done
in his
wrote
camp?
for him before.
Saha don't want that smoke. That would be, I
What?
would. Saha don't want that smoke going through Travis Scott. He don't want Travis
Okay,
Scott to have said what he want to say about Pusha T.
okay, okay.
Head to head, it is a very close battle. I will give you that, but I'm not. Yeah, even if I'm side, I'm not writing no bars for you to diss Pusha T. If anybody gonna, I'm gonna do it, nigga. Just tag me in at this point. Let's just go on and tag me in, bro. Like this
Where,
would be good for him and his $1 million album that he has sitting in some vault somewhere.
where's the smoke for Jim Jones? Will
That's
we get
another
that?
thing. And Jim Jones still out here hating. You
That's what
can't
I'm
tell me
saying.
you can't tell me that you'll diss a nigga like Travis Scott and won't diss Jim Jones. Like it better be on the album. I'm gonna
Maybe
look a little funny. I'm gonna look a little funny at Pusha T. Like that bar gonna be in that album somewhere.
it gotta
I'm
be.
hoping it would ideally be on that Nas song. If they recorded that
That
at
would
any
make
time
sense.
lately, it would be on that Nas song. If I'm Nas, I got a little bit to say too. Like, I need to refresh my bars on that motherfucker too. We'll talk about that later. But
For sure.
yeah, ideally it's on the album and it's on that Nas song. I'd have a strong 16, maybe even 32 for Jim Jones.
You got to.
I got it. Like, I got to
Just let niggas
embarrass
know
Jim
you ain't
Jones.
forgot.
Yeah, I got to embarrass Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Like real. I have to embarrass him if I'm Pusha T for like playing with me.
Here's the
Like you
attention you
shoot.
ordered.
Yeah,
And
you shoot at a nigga like Travis Scott. You thought I forgot. Excuse me. I'm shooting at a nigga like Travis Scott. He can't do nothing. Oh yeah. By the way, Jimmy, you thought I forgot. You thought I forgot. And it, that would be I would really go in too if I was him. Like, not on no like beef violence
yeah.
type shit, but I really son Jim Jones, and I think Pusha T has the capability to do that.
Malice be sitting in the interviews and just he just looking
He don't
like,
want nothing to do with none of that.
yo.
Like, bro, I'm just here to rap, bro. That's what I. This is actually why I retired. This reason. This what y'all doing. This is
He just
why
want
I'm
to get the check,
pastoring.
bro. He just
Yeah,
there so he
bro.
don't get fined, man. He like, bro, leave
Pusha
me
T
out of this shit.
relishing in this shit too. Pusha T, like, he having the time of his life. Like, nigga, come on, bro. That's why I
I
look like
will say
Clout Chase.
it's working in terms of building up interest for the album. It's working. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Yeah,
very
this
interested to hear it.
this rollout has been amazing. When the album? What's the release date?
July 11th.
Okay, so we got
It'll be
about
here for you
two,
know it.
3 weeks. Yeah, that's right around the corner. He should have brought that out for the fourth. We needed that holiday, Independence Day weekend.
They don't
We
make fourth
needed that.
music though. Like, stop. It's not getting played at the
The
cookout. You
old
play clips at
niggas.
the cookout, you niggas
But
leaving.
you play that on the way to the cookout though. That's what you put on. You know what I'm saying? You got the fly whip out, you looking like $1 million. You
Top
got your little
down.
chain on, top down, nigga. Fresh socks, rolly hanging out the window. Like, that's what you play on the way to the cook. That's how you walk in the cookout with that aura on you. Like, damn, nigga got the creed on, smell like 1,000, like $1,000,000. Goddamn, what was you listening to, nigga?
The
That
cool
clips.
water on, don't you? Oh shit.
Oh man, speaking of summer popping out and all these other things,
Woo.
I'll shoot.
Yeah, man. Your girl made an announcement. First, she had a trailer to let people know she had
Mm-hmm.
an announcement. And then, well, actually, back it up. First, the new single came out. Let me start there. New single came
Mm-hmm.
out Friday.
Outside.
It's hey, listen, she talking greasy on there too.
It's
She talking real greasy. If I'm offset, I feel away. I don't care who. I don't care what nigga say. It's called outside. She talking. She's saying I'm back outside, man. These nigga got me fucked up. So that comes out. Then she has the teaser of the announcement on Monday, and the announcement was, drum roll please, new album coming out September 19th. It is called Am I the Drama? I know a lot of people are talking. Of course, it's the first one in 7 years. It's got 23 tracks on it, including singles Up and WAP. WAP
that's
came out
crazy.
5 years ago, by the way. So, just to put that into perspective, I've got several questions. One, because of WAP being on there, the album has already sold X amount because of how streaming works. So one, do the accolades even count for this album because of that loophole? Is that a cheat code or is that just playing within the rules because everybody else is doing it? And two, what do you see as the anticipation for this album? Will it do numbers? What will it sound like? What's any of your too early prediction? Because we are a couple months away. We're not even sure if it's gonna happen, honestly.
Right. Still a asterisk by this date.
Facts.
You brought up a very interesting point with the old singles on there. For people that don't know, all of those singles, streams and sales that have been counted so far will be attributed to the new album that it's going to be on.
Yep.
So yes, that is a treat. If those are platinum or whatever sales they have already will be added to this album.
Yep.
So that's the label protecting themselves, saying, hey, maybe people may not be interested 7 years later. Just in case they aren't, they were interested. What'd you say? 5 years ago, this came
Five
out.
years ago.
This single came out 5 years ago. What?
Yep.
Jesus, crazy.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like it, but if people are not interested 5 years later, they were 5 years ago, so we still get those album sales. That way, almost 100% preventing a flop. So we
Yeah.
know it's not going to flop. It's going to do numbers, which is the question that you asked. Do the accolades matter? Yes, they still do. Because music, if you're not a music nerd or don't know the know-hows, you don't know that. You're just going to see that Cardi B did however many million for the album, maybe first week. You're going to know that and you'll think, oh, she's still popping. Plus,
Yeah.
I do think that she's still relevant.
Yeah.
We figured that out from just her being on social media and not having had an album in 7 years and still able to break the internet when she says something. Like she is still a relevant person. People still love her. She still has a rabid fan base. So I do think that this is going to come out and be successful. Now the music, we ain't had a lot of bad verses from Cardi. That first album was really, 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 really
Strong.
good as a debut album.
Yeah.
I'm wondering who the writers are. I'm wondering who the team is. Has that changed? That goes more into my thought process of how good this album is going to be versus anything. I know that the noise is going to be there. The beats are going to be banging. Are the same writers still there? Like she can still deliver pretty much the same way from
Yeah.
what I've heard, but like, is the subject matter and writing going to be the same? Will she show any growth? Does she need to show any growth? Like, those are the questions that I wonder about when I see Cardi dropping a new album and it coming out at the end of summer. So I am interested in seeing how this performs. 100% will be listening. And just to your point, like you said, man, how sick are you when you outside and that like I gotta tell the DJ, you can't play this.
Yeah. Facts. You got
If
to treat
I'm
this like
in
not
if
like
I'm in
us.
Onyx,
You got to treat
yeah,
this
if
like
I'm in
Detroit.
Onyx, if I'm in Magic City,
Turn that off.
oh, do not play this, bro. I do not care. Put on that whim whammy, put on the other female girl stuff, but you're not playing the outside joint. I'm sorry, Mr. DJ. I'm gonna make it worth your while, but you're not playing this while I'm standing here. She not, you're not gonna do that in my. I'm not gonna hear this in the strip club. Like, nah, I can't do that.
She said, she said, I get your favorite player off your favorite
Your
team.
favorite
I
team,
was
nigga. He
like,
could dunk. Did she say he could dunk this ball or something? Like, what are we? What? Hell no. And you ain't even see the report today that Stephon Diggs, he funny. Nigga rented out. He said she never got time when she traveled before to go to the tour of the castles and shit.
oh,
Nigga rented
yeah.
out the whole castle.
He rented out the whole castle. Yeah. Listen, man. Y'all hard niggas out here, man. Y'all can say y'all unfazed and all that. Salute to y'all. But
Yeah,
nigga,
right.
hey, listen. Offset is annoyed.
He finna
Trust
lose
me.
15 pounds. I'm telling you. Finna lose a solid 15.
We finna see him doing all kind of weird shit. Like that nigga he finna start dressing like Andre 3000. He finna start taking up weird ass hobbies and shit.
This the
Watch.
one where you at the kickback and motherfucker keep at, what's wrong with you? You
Yeah.
good, bro? You good?
He's staring into
I'm good, bro.
space. Right, watch. All right.
Oh,
Cause she talking big
shit.
shit. Like
Oh
nigga,
my God.
her or Partisan Fontaine or whoever's the pen is talking greasy shit, and I know he like, all right, man.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think people, I do think people care too. Number one, I'm not a fan of the streaming cheat code, but I'm also not mad at them utilizing it. It's a loophole. If you the Eagles, nigga, do the fucking tush push until it's illegal. Like it's within the rules of the game. Use it if you've got the tools for it. So I would say fuck it, do the same thing. Like if throw all that shit on there, man. That protects a flop until they stop it. You know what I mean? Like so, I'm not a fan, but if I'm the label, I think it's smart. Might as well.
Facts.
Like, but it's disgusting. That's nasty work though. But fuck it, if it's within the rules, go for it. But this is why I don't pay attention to numbers in 2025 though. It's just it can be manipulated too easy.
And it's almost like, why wouldn't I? If I'm the label or Cardi, like, yes, I'm going to take advantage of this loophole. I got the biggest rapper in the game, and this covers a lot of our bases. So yeah, again, I don't love it, but I understand it from a business standpoint. Like it's fine for me.
Facts.
All right, next man, your man's. I've started listening, bro. I listened to the Fat Joe, Jada Kiss, and Jim Jones podcast.
Yeah.
You talk about Nori hard to listen to. That shit right there, like the
Really?
New York Sun store. Nah,
Ah,
nah,
yeah.
nah, son. Let me tell you, son.
Yeah.
One night in the tunnel, son. Like, oh my, it was disgusting.
Yeah. They were
But
bodega
if you,
shorty on there.
oh my God, I felt like I was standing on the corner on 154th Street, bro, and the niggas was just walking up talking to me. But I did power through it because I wanted to hear what they were talking about with Jim Jones. Later on, after that episode, a lawsuit came out with Fat Joe's former hype man, including it says that Fat Joe did a lot of things,
For sure.
sex with minors, a lot of different stuff. But this stems from the hype man wanting to be credited for ad libs and
Yep.
contributions to albums, and Fat Joe was like, "Fuck out of here."
Yep.
Not giving you no money for an ad lib. So dude goes and files a lawsuit. This is a countersuit against Fat Joe, saying he's seen Fat Joe have sex with minors, ship minors across state lines. Do you think this will stick? Will it hurt Fat Joe's reputation?
I'm not gonna front. This is an insane lawsuit and supremely random. $20 million, sexual coercion, underpaid wages, denied song credits. The alleged is Terrence Dixon. Bro, he said he wrote on a couple of songs, Congratulations, Ice Cream, No Problems. I don't know none of them songs. Um, he had relations with 15 and 16-year-olds. First of all, when I first saw this, I'm not gonna front. It definitely gave money grab. But that's really just due to the randomness of it. To be honest, I don't even know who this person is. I've never heard of them. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. I just don't know who the fuck it is. So it seems out of the blue. And some of these charges are bananas. And the fact that Fat Joe has already countersued so quickly that it's got me thinking like, okay, this is feeling like it was a money grab. Because the 20 million is the same thing that Cassie was asking for. Like 20 million just might be the
That's the
number
number.
now.
That's the number.
That's just the magic number in these days, apparently. So it comes off as trying to get a quick buck. Now, all this shit could be true. I don't know neither one of these motherfuckers personally, but I'm just saying on face value, maybe not even to this person's fault. This just kind of the climate we're in. You got to vet a lot of this shit because accusations get thrown out literally every other day. And so you just got to vet it and kind of let the pieces fall where they may. But it does feel like a money grab off the dome just because of how random it is, honestly. Yeah, that's really just it.
Yeah, and until there's a smoking gun like the Cassie and Diddy video, you won't. This won't be taken seriously.
Right.
Fat Joe, like just because dude has no credibility. If those 15 to 16-year-olds start speaking up,
That's different.
and if they doing the 2020 interviews and the
That's,
Dateline joints,
that's different.
now Fat Joe has a problem. But I don't think he has a problem now because of the background of the case. But I do also wonder, again, and we've talked about this before, so I'll ask you in this scenario too. Is if I'm Fat Joe, it seems more reasonable to me whether I did this or not, just to get a nigga $1 million and tell him to get lost. I'm not trying to go through all of this with you, bro, whether I did it or not. I'm gonna pay my lawyer $1 million, like to defend the case at the very least. Get this nigga a little small settlement. I know you're not getting 20, cuz.
Yeah,
But to
20
go
is
away,
insane.
get the fuck out of my face. Or, you know what? I'm just gonna pay you for what you think you did. And Fat Joe was kind of alluding to this when he was talking. That's why I brought up the Jim Jones interview. If y'all want to check out their podcast with him and Jada Kiss, Fat Joe said he came to a point in his life where he cut everybody off because he felt like people weren't there for him and that they were manipulating the situation and taking advantage of him. I'm sure he felt like that, and it kind of probably had something to do with him telling this dude no. But also, this dude know where the bodies are buried as well. Like all of this may not be true, but it may be some stuff in there. I just don't want in the public light, bro. As a superstar, getting these deals and working with these bigger companies, like he say he trying to do. We were talking about them working on a TV show for him at Stars or whatever it may be. All of that shit is out of the window now. Even if this shit true or not, you got this smut on your name unless like you completely win that defamation lawsuit.
Yep.
So like I gotta seriously consider just like selling this out of court, them signing an NDA and get the fuck away from me. I don't want to deal with this just because of what I have pending in the future. I can't believe that he let it get this far. Same thing we said about Shannon Sharp. Same thing we said about the other people in this scenario.
Yeah, people don't want to settle because you got to think, bro. When you're famous and you're rich and famous, how many lawsuits do they get hit with, or how many threats of a lawsuit do they get hit with? And people don't like to get extorted. I mean, obviously, they're not trying
Yeah.
to get extorted. They're not trying to cut no million. They damn sure not trying to cut no $1 million check, much
Yeah.
less 20, obviously. So it's kind of one of them situations where you're like, man, yeah, yeah, whatever, whatever. That's why you got the high paid lawyers on retainer for. And matter of fact, you got lawyers on retainer watching the other lawyers on retainer. Like that, you have
Yes.
to have that in place. So then I'll pay them a meal before I pay these some bullshit accusations to a guy that used to be my homie and we fell out and I got to pay him a meal. Fuck him. I'll pay my lawyer that to keep
Yeah.
him off of me. But I can't. I understand the whole just go away shit. And there's some people that's gonna look at that like, oh, that means that's an admission of guilt. That's the only problem if
Mm.
it ever comes out. That's the
That's
only
a fair
problem.
point.
And you
That's a
don't want
fair
that
point.
jacket on you, bro. 15, 16, you don't want
No,
that.
no, no, you don't. I think you're right. And what I will amend my statement to say is this is after the lawyer come and tell me. This ain't your people coming to tell me I need $1 million. This
Oh,
is
got
my
you.
$1 million lawyer
You've
telling me,
been
man, you might want to
advised.
take care. Yeah, you might want to take care of this, bro. Ain't nothing. I got out of that one and I got out of this one, but this one right here, you might want to start talking settlement. That's after. That's what I'm talking about. So you are
Yeah.
right. Everybody ain't getting. I'm not Oprah passing out. You get a meal. You get a meal just because you got some
Because that's
frivolous
what's gonna
ass
happen.
accusation, right? So that is a good thing to point out. This is after the lawyer come and say, "Hey, man, we don't really want this out there." So that's true.
Yeah, man. Let us know. Yeah. Are anybody paying attention to this Fat Joe lawsuit? Is it gonna stick? Or is this gonna be
Do
here
it.
today, going tomorrow, man, by,
Do it.
by the
Take any
time this
steam
airs?
out too. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
episode just dropped. I'm wondering if they even gonna speak on it. They just dropped an episode today, so
Mm.
let's take any steam out of what Fat Joe got going on.
He got to keep it business as usual until further notice, I guess.
Do we got to say something about it on the podcast?
Nah,
Can't do that.
nah, not
Oh,
yet. Lawyers probably like,
okay.
man, just chill.
Yeah.
Listen to them.
Till the smoking gun come out. Yeah.
Yeah, facts. Next up, man, we're taking it to Texas. Your man's double XL
Mm,
freshman class alumni, that
mm.
Mexican OT, was on Angela Yee's podcast, Lip Service, defending his use of the N word. He said, quote, I'm going to tell you why. I wish there was some black dudes in here looking around the room before he spots one. He said, okay, we're going to use him. What the F are you going to do about it? And then, second of all, I grew up loving these motherfuckers. I grew up fighting with them. I grew up eating with them. I grew up doing bad stuff with them. Even if I wasn't related to nobody black, it's what I was surrounded by. End quote. Now, a couple of people came out and were like, wait, who is this man? What? Wait, shut up. Then your boy, Sauce Walker, came out and defended him. Another Texas native, obviously. Whose side of the fence are you on, man? By the way,
The
Mexican
problem
OT, for those who don't know, is
is
Mexican.
Mexican.
Go ahead.
Shocker. Yeah. Newsflash. The problem with his logic is you the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the room until you ain't. Right? That cameraman in there at lip service, yeah, maybe he can't do anything about it. But if you get into a room and there's niggas that press you on it, is that the hill that you want to die on? Like nigga, like you want to be a Mexican dude that can say, "No, I'm good saying nigga, and I'm on down that hill." Now it's 30 niggas in here ready to whoop my ass because I wouldn't just concede and be like, you know what, y'all are right. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, I hate when niggas like this make these dumbass points. Like, I grew up saying it or whatever it may be. Like, if someone of that background says, "Oh, well, I got a problem with you saying that," then you should at least acknowledge it, especially when you over here in our space, bro. It would be okay if you over there making Roomba music or whatever the fuck it is that y'all do at y'all Sweet 16s and shit like that while y'all hit the pinatas. It's fine. If y'all doing that over there and ain't nobody around in this your culture, I don't care. But once you come over to our culture and people are like, nah, you really should lay off of that. And he's like, well, who gonna do something about it? Okay. I got you. Now you gonna go somewhere and it's gonna be niggas gonna be willing to do something about it. Now, oh damn, R.I.P. Mexican OT because he didn't realize when we don't do this over here. So I mean, should he be able to say the N word? That ain't for me to decide. Like if he feel like he's comfortable using it and niggas around him let him do that, then that's on them. I wouldn't want Mexican OT calling me a nigga. Like I wouldn't be comfortable with that. But again, if he feel like, hey man, I'm the biggest baddest dude in the room and somebody need to do something about it, I just want to be present in that room or fly on the wall when the nigga be like, okay, I'm gonna do something about it. And as far as Sauce Walker, I 100% expect this from him. Seems
Yep.
like a cool guy, makes great music, but this is I could see him laying up on that side of it too and be like, no, we fuck with them down in H Town. Like, relax, bro.
Yeah,
So
this is the I should be able to say N-word discussion that we get once every about 18 months. It's old, it's played out, but we'll for the sake of discussion, here we are. Because the thing is, people look at it as there's a segment of people who don't look at it as a black thing. They look at it as a culture thing. So if you're raised in a certain culture, it's just part of that. And they don't look at it from a skin color perspective. Now, and I hear that, and I understand where they would come from, but there's other people who understand that culture piece and would still never say it, bro. You couldn't pay Paul Wall, not
facts.
publicly at least, and he's in that culture as deep as anyone, and they still understand the history. Now, this could be a generational thing. Mexican OT is 26 years old, and maybe when he's 36, this may sound stupid to him. Who knows? Maybe not. I don't know, but this seems like a generational thing. And then it also seems the turnoff was who's going to do something about it. Because then that lets me know, A, you either feel like you're protected so you can say anything because you feel like you got some protection, whoever or whatever that may be, or you ain't never really been outside like that. We said this when Takashi went on Breakfast Club and invited harm. I wish someone would. I wish someone. When you start talking like that, I'm like, oh, okay, so you ain't never really been outside before. Got it. Check. Because motherfuckers who have really been outside don't wish and hope danger come their way. Because people understand or have been outside what comes with danger and the lengths that you might have to go to either stay alive or whatever the case may be. And generally speaking, people don't want to go to those lengths. They only do that if they have to. So for him to say that, I kind of eye roll and I was like, okay, it may be a generational thing. It may be a situation where he ain't never really been outside. Either one is lame. The discussion is lame. The conversation is corny. But I get it. There's a segment of people who think it's a culture thing and not a color thing. And that's what this feels like.
Yeah, you're right about the culture versus color thing, but it also makes it very hard for people who do understand the culture not to take him. I mean, it makes it easy to look at him and be like, "Oh, you're a gimmick." Like, yeah, I'm not going to take you serious because this is evil. This is like he a good rapper, but this is the conversation that you want to have when you're like when you with Angela Yee, one of the bigger interviews that you've done. Like this is your
Yeah.
introduction to
A
people.
lot of
Like, oh,
people.
I should be able to say the N word. Like
Yeah, that was
that's what you want to talk about. Get out of here, bro. Like that's going to make a lot of people dismissive of you, and your music is never going to make it to the place that you want it to make, just because you're showing a lack of understanding towards the culture.
yep.
Like you said, it ain't really got nothing to do with color at this point. It's just your ignorance and arrogance towards the culture. I'm bigger than the culture, you're not.
He said he can't be canceled.
Yeah, I mean, you can go perform shows in Mexico all you want to, bro. That's fine.
I don't. I
It's
just
a lot of
it just
Mexicans. It's a lot of Mexicans in the U.S., bro. He right. Like
yeah,
a
nah, he
lot of them
good.
don't care.
But it's just like you said, it's a weird hill to die on. It's
Yeah,
just
like this,
some people just choose to die on the strangest hills, and I
just the complete lack of understanding. And like you saying, I can't be canceled. Like that ain't even what this is about, bro. Like that, you're missing the point, my nigga.
you got to be on a certain level to even be qualified to be canceled. Number
To
one,
be canceled. Yeah, like
yeah,
niggas ain't out here. Like, yeah, you're right. No one is gonna protest because you saying this. I
they
promise you, they not. They not. They just gonna look at y'all. Us, the fat Mexican dude who think he can say nigga next, and that's what's gonna happen.
and that's
Do
it.
you want that to happen? You cool with that? That's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, insane. All right, man. As we know, this week or last, I think it was last week.
Last week,
Yep. Kendrick Lamar, Kate, I showed up into Toronto back to back nights.
yep,
Showed out from all the clips that I seen.
yeah.
Yeah. You wish you were there. My question to you, AB, the Toronto crowd was screaming for an encore after Not Like Us. Is this a big deal, little deal, or no deal?
This is no deal. This makes sense to me that there's people in Toronto that might not be the biggest Drake fans. That's not that. I don't understand why people like were confused or thought this was strange that people. Home is most of the time where the hate is. Unfortunately, it just is what it is. How many rappers have gotten killed in a hometown? So you think that motherfuckers won't ask for a diss song to be played, a very popular song to be played more than once? This, bro, we've seen way worse done to niggas in their hometown. So this is not a big deal to me. Kendrick is an extremely popular artist. He was super popular before all of this. You gonna act like he ain't got fans in Toronto? That's stupid. I think this is no deal whatsoever. And just it being Drake's hometown, just for those who don't like him in Toronto, just makes this is just an icing on top of that cake. You'd get this type of energy anywhere to find the right crowd and the right people in anybody's town, bro. It's not gonna be that. It's not that serious. I thought it was funny that he had to sleep in New York. I did think that was funny though.
Nah, that's hating. I thought that was funny. He had to sleep
Yeah,
in
he
New
had to
York.
take
Get
a
out of here, bro.
fucking presidential brigade back to New York to stay because he couldn't sleep in Toronto. That was interesting. But other than
You
that,
don't
though, man,
think that's you
this is
don't think
nothing to
that's
see here.
interesting. You're really just hating right there. That's what you're doing. Let me ask you this, AB. Would you have slept in Toronto?
No.
Exactly. So what are you talking
Damn.
about?
So we can have a stadium full of whoever's, nigga. I'm not staying in the home. That would be
No,
foolish. I agree. That would
no.
be foolish.
Okay. I thought it was smart for him to stay in New York.
No, I'm
What?
saying staying in Toronto would have been foolish, is what I'm saying.
Okay, got it, got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
thought it was very smart for him to stay in New York. I'm not staying in Toronto and possibly run into some bus boy that's a Drake stan and fucking sabotages my room service or like tells everybody like I'm not risking any of that. But with that being said, fan bases are insane. This is no deal. First of all, fan bases are insane
Yeah.
because for the people that think that or thought that Kendrick Lamar was going to go to Toronto, sell out a stadium,
Right.
and these people bought tickets to hate watch
Yeah, that would have been
or
weird.
like, no, what are we talking about, bro?
Yeah, that'd have been weird.
Drake has a lot of fans, but he don't got that many fans as to where they're going to protest, go to a Kendrick Lamar show and boo him. That's insane. And them tickets expensive.
Yeah, that ain't. It's
That's
a recession right
insane.
now, man. Niggas ain't doing all of it.
It's understandable a stadium hold about 60,000. It's understandable then in the city of Toronto, that I think is one of the larger cities in North America.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess what? There's 60,000 Kendrick fans in a city of about 1 million people.
You can bet that.
Yes, you can bet that, bro.
Yeah.
And there's 60,000 people that probably don't like Drake or they're indifferent.
But
It's
yeah.
it's fine, bro. So for people to think, or the people that thought that he was going to go up there and get booed, or this was a blemish on Drake's name because he was able to do 2 nights back to back, no, relax, bro. This is the real world that we're living in. We're talking about two major superstars, niggas that are doing stadium tours.
Yep.
Yeah, it's possible that if these were two lesser name artists, if you're doing club spots or you're doing not even arena. Like if you're doing smaller like amphitheaters,
We saw
yeah,
what
it's
happened with Rick
possible.
Ross in
Yeah, it's
Canada.
possible
Yeah.
that you could go up there and get booed if it was a smaller venue because then now the logistics look different. But when we're on this stage, yes, Kendrick has fans in Toronto. No, it's not surprising that Not Like Us was a hit. It was a hit when it dropped. It's still a hit today, and people are gonna want to see it performed again and fake crip walk and dance on Drake's grave as they've been doing since the song came out because they're just those people that don't like him. But that doesn't mean that he's not as powerful in Toronto as Kendrick is in California. Guess what? Drake is gonna go on tour and he's gonna perform the songs against Kendrick,
Agreed.
and people are gonna be in there fucking with him, and he gonna do that in LA.
Facts.
Like Kendrick was just talking shit, talking about the Oakland show. Like, yeah, nigga, Drake gonna go show out in Oakland,
Yeah.
bro. He might have a Tupac hologram. People are gonna fuck with it. You know why? Because they there to see Drake. They ain't thinking about Kendrick Lamar, bro.
Facts.
Crazy, crazy
And
work.
and then you got to remember, Pusha T was in Toronto in 2018 when niggas threw shit on stage,
Yes.
but he
A
wasn't
smaller venue.
where the Blue
Smaller
Jays
venue.
play. So
Facts.
it's a little different.
You're talking about a place to hold like 4, 5 thousand people, man.
Yeah, that's different.
If that. Yeah. And
Uh,
I know this is Pusha T, but yeah, if
with
that.
all due respect, Rick Ross was in Vancouver or whatever playing that Not Like Us. They told him to turn that shit off, and we saw what happened with. So it's levels to it, bro. There's a reason he didn't stay there, and again, that was smart. I'm not saying you got to protect the investment, and if some idiot would have done some dumb, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't even want to risk it. It's not worth it. Just so you can say I stayed here, man. I'm not give a fuck about that shit. All this money on the line. I don't give a fuck.
I'm a real nigga. I stayed in Toronto,
Like,
dude.
shut up, man.
Then you got food. Then you got food poisoning, and you can't do the second night of your show because some dipshit put something in your food.
Yeah, you got to
No,
chill.
man.
Next up, man, it's that time of the year, your favorite time of the year. And as you can tell, the popularity of this has shrunken because we're on our like sixth topic and we're finally getting to it. When there
Just
was a
been running it
time
up.
when this would
We
have
would do a
kicked the show
whole show.
off. But the double XL freshman class has been announced. I'm going to run the names off. Here are the 10. Ray Vaughn. Okay, familiar with him. Baby Chief Do It. M. Triplin. 1900 Rugrat. Samara Sin. Ian. Jello. Jello Ball.
Disgusting. It's disgusting.
Low Shimmy. Laser Dim 700. YTB Fat. Nino Paid. And then the 10th spot winner that gets voted in, EBK J-Bo.
Oh, you
XXL freshman class. Again, this number gets dwindled every year, but we ask it, how many people have you heard of from this list?
off the top, I've seen
Obviously,
Samara
Ray
Sin's
Vaughn.
name. Yeah, obviously Ray Vaughn is the most notable for me. I've seen Samara Sin's name
Yep,
before. Obviously Jello.
clearly.
And in passing, YTB Fat.
Yep, same. I feel like he was
So
featured on
that's
somebody's album that.
yeah, it's Moneybag Yo artist.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
That
so
that
that's
may be
why
weird.
yeah,
Them,
it's
them the same
Memphis.
for me. I've heard of 1900 Rugrat too, though. I've watched a couple
I
of.
don't believe that. Why do
I
you
watched a couple of his videos.
why have you heard of 1900
Because
Rug?
I'm gonna tell you, this the only reason we were doing a top 10 trending videos on YouTube, and he had one of them, and this was a couple of months ago. That's the only reason I know who that is. And in passing, I've heard of Low Shimmy, and I've seen the name Laser Dim 700, but I don't know who the fuck these people are, or their songs, or why they're on this list. The EBK, J-Bo, the Nino Paid. I've never heard of those or seen those names in my life. Ian, I
That
don't know who that is. M. Triplin, I've never seen that name. And Baby Chief Do It, I've never seen that name. So there is legitimately half this list who I haven't even seen the name in passing on a blog site, featured on another song, credited on something, up next in some blogs. I haven't even seen the names, bro.
I
And
wonder
then
how do they
again,
come up with this list now?
I
Like what
mean,
journalists do they tap in with? Because like you said, this I guess it's maybe a social media, a viral song. Like you look at stuff on YouTube as far as the research for this now, but yeah, I don't think that you got to have a real like presence outside. Just more of like the reason that this changed so much, in my opinion, now is like I don't have to, of course, have heard your song, but there used to be like a presence that was required to be on here. But now it seems like that presence has shifted over to the internet. They
I
got a
mean, what?
viral
Well,
song, got
that's
this
fair.
feature or whatever it may be. So that's what I've always found interesting. What I did do is go listen. I typed in half of these niggas. I ain't make it through their whole list,
Right.
but I typed in half of them, just listened to the most popular songs on their pages
Anything jump
and
out?
play this at my funeral. Nino paid. I think you'll
Okay.
like that joint. That was solid. That was probably the most solid thing that I heard. Other thing that jumped out at me is the nigga Ian.
Okay. Yep.
That looks like something off Atlanta. That
I
looks
don't believe
like the
that.
dude. He looks like you look at him and then listen to his music. It looks like the dude on Atlanta that was I can't whatever the weird dude on Atlanta was who was popping and Paperboy couldn't understand why.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah,
real
yeah,
hype and shit every time. Like my name is Todd or something like that
yeah,
was
yeah,
his
yeah. That was
name.
funny.
That's the Ian dude. Like
Mm.
he looked like a regular white boy. Then you listen to him and it sounds like Trippy Red or Playboy Cardi or something.
Okay, gotcha.
And like I was like, bro, this is a joke. Well, yeah, and I would say the closest Samara Sin, of course, she was okay. Like she had some singing
Now she got a
rap
project that's
stuff.
actually kind of fire though.
Yeah, she was in her bag. And YTB Fat was probably the closest thing to the genre of like what we're familiar with, like West Side of Memphis, close to Moneybag Yo, like that vein. Like we've heard that before. The rest of this shit is young nigga shit to me.
Yeah, when you look at somebody like a Laser Dim 700, first of all, the name lets you know that
He
the nigga
actually was
got to be.
alright though.
You
I
said
ain't gonna
who?
hold you. He was alright. He had more. He was one of the few ones that I listened to where I had to listen to another song. I was like,
He
hold on.
Complex described him as young Nudie crossed with Playboy Cardi. Like, bro, what?
That's interesting.
I'm super good on that. And the names, again, I understand like everything, there's nothing new under the sun, so you got to get creative. Bro, where have we gotten with the names? Laser Dim 700 is insane. I don't
He
know
got a
what the fuck
remake of
that is.
Hard in the Paint this alright.
I don't believe that.
I promise you, it's called Still in the Paint. That's the
Now,
song that I listen to.
if we look at last year's list had Big X, That Mexican
Okay.
OT, Boss Man D-Lo,
Okay.
Phobats, Honcho, Cash
Okay.
Cobain,
Okay.
Skilla Baby, and then a couple of people that we haven't heard from since. Rich Amiri, Lay Banks, I don't know where the fuck they at. Maya the Don, I don't know where the fuck she at. Scarlett has fallen off a cliff. So it's the batting
It's
percentage is usually about
50%.
40% for the double XL freshman class. Normally, you'll get one every blue moon in the last 5, 6, 7 years that's got a higher percentage. You could argue maybe like 2020, something like that. But it's so hit or miss nowadays. But when it first
Yeah.
came out, it was all, well, I ain't gonna say all when, but about 80% of the list will be like, okay,
Niggas
yeah,
was gonna pop. Yeah,
yeah,
niggas
for
was gonna the
sure,
groundwork was laid. That like it went from if you haven't heard of these people, you're asleep
for
to
sure.
oh, I bet you haven't heard of this person right here who's putting on this side of the internet. Like it switched to that.
Yeah,
And I don't know if that's good or bad. If I had to pick three,
okay.
let's say four. Let's say four. If you had to pick four that you thought just based off namesake or anything you've heard, mine would be Ray Vaughn, of course. I think he's up and away the biggest, going to be the biggest star on this list.
He might have a top 10 album this year.
Yeah, easily, I think so. I like Ray Vaughn. I like YTB Fat, Samara Sin,
No Jello?
and God no. So at some point, his brother gonna stop paying for this stuff, man. Like,
Facts.
bro, you got to get a job.
God damn.
Maybe the low shimmy nigga was alright too, so I would go with him fourth.
I'm going to have to listen to before I can give a real answer, but I will say they're extending Jello's 15 minutes by him even being on here.
It's disgusting.
And should Jim Jones have made it? Should Jomo have made it? Because he was pushing for that 10th spot.
Could you imagine if Jim Jones had made this list, bro? Like,
It'd
that
be
would have
more
been
of a
something.
joke than it is now. Like I don't like to hate on the
I
young
would have
people,
did. Yeah,
but who the fuck is Baby Chief Do It, bro? Like who is that? Where are they
that's a
from?
crazy name. He from Atlanta,
Yeah,
if
right.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you better watch out.
He from Chicago.
Oh, okay, even worse, man.
Like
One of these little niggas was from Atlanta
yeah,
when
the
I was looking it up.
Laser Dim nigga reps Atlanta.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
from Cordell, but I mean, who do you know?
I don't even know where that's at. So he's
That's what I'm
not from
saying.
Atlanta. So he's not from Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, it shit. It's interesting to say the
Is
least.
there a way they could do this list for older artists, like people that are already established? Is there a list that you could do on a
Go
yearly
to a
basis?
senior,
It's
double XL
the
senior
XXL senior
class.
class. If you just in case you didn't know, these people are still rapping and they do good music now.
Nigga Lloyd
Oh,
Banks.
Joel Ortiz. Oh shit, that's funny as hell. Jim Jones definitely could have made that list.
Yeah, he definitely could have made the senior list for sure. Uh, what we got next, man?
All right, man. Next we have we're gonna switch it up. We
Yeah,
talked about that. We're gonna go to the R&B genre.
we fuck with that
Billboard.
too.
Yeah, we fuck with R&B, man, especially the people on this list. Billboard, they took it upon themselves to make another list that would keep people talking for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Great job by them.
Salute.
And this one was the 75 top R&B singers. AB, you've seen the list. What sticks out to you? What would you change? Who was left off? Who
Yeah,
would you
this was
remove
tough.
if that person was left off?
This was tough because it's all time.
There's a glaring name here, and I want to know that you mentioned. We talked about this a little bit on this the Mike's on Sunday. There's a glaring name missing from here, and I want to know, have you thought about it?
That's
Let's
not
see.
even on it.
Not even on the list. And that's crazy being that there's 75 names on here.
You finna say T-Pain? The fuck?
No.
Who? Now I want to
You
know.
ain't
Well,
no guess?
first off, time out. Let me give the we got to give the what it's all based on. You know how I get down.
Okay. All right. Criteria.
Let me see. Hold on. Criteria is what that shit at? Damn, now I can't
I
find it.
I got
Tell me
it pulled
who.
up
Now I
here.
gotta know who the fuck you talking about though.
Yeah, I got it pulled up here as far as the criteria. Let's see. Where we
Oh, here we
go? Here
go.
we go.
My bad. Vocal prowess, body of
Mhm.
work, career longevity, industry achievements, game-changing influence, enduring generational cultural impact. So pretty
Mm.
much a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
Right.
And the one that stuck out to a lot of people was R. Kelly. He was number nine.
Yeah, it was too low.
Who are you taking out in front of him?
I had a
Mariah's
big
number
debate
eight.
about it. Yes.
Print
Oh, you
what?
can't even talk. You're not even talking to me about them people in front of R. Kelly. There's only like three names that you put in front of R. Kelly for
Mariah
R&B, bro.
Carey. Mariah Carey, not one of them.
She's not.
Man,
So what are we talking about?
bro,
She's
have you seen her
absolutely
number
not.
ones? Nigga, she got the
Bro,
most number ones out of damn near anybody. What are you talking about? What?
R&B music, you taking Mariah Carey over R. Kelly. TP2.com R. Kelly. You
That's
taking
one
Mariah
album.
Carey? You taking Mariah Carey? I don't even know a Mariah Carey album. I know she got
That's
hits, yes.
Emancipation of Mimi is crazy that you don't know that off the dome.
I do. I stole that from Walgreens back when this.
That shit slapped too.
Yo.
Why you
But come on,
bullshitting,
bro. She not in front of R. Kelly though.
bro?
Like
The
she in the top
accolades.
10, yes. She in the top 10, 100%.
Number one was Stevie Wonder.
That's correct.
Aretha Franklin, number two.
I can live with that.
Wow.
Yeah, I can
Michael
live with
Jackson,
that.
number
Like,
three.
first of all, have you seen the Aretha Franklin movie?
No,
Did you
that's
ever go
no.
see it?
I'm saying I'm not. Some of these are before or just before my time. I know
Yeah.
obviously Aretha Franklin, but I don't know the magnitude as it
Yeah,
relates to R.
they
Kelly, which I
quantified
was
it.
outside for.
They quantified it really well in that movie, so I could see her being number two. I don't think that's too high at all.
All right, that's fair. Beyonce, Michael Jackson, number three. Beyonce, four. Whitney, five.
I got R. Kelly at three. In front of Mike, I got R. Kelly three, Michael Jackson four, Prince five,
Wow.
Beyonce six. You can't argue that,
On
bro.
Whitney,
R. Kelly got hits. She
we
would
know
still be
that.
she would still be at seven. I would still have Whitney at seven, just because she's probably one of the best singers on this list.
Bro, Mariah Carey has sold 200 million records, bro.
We ain't just talking about sales though, right?
200
We talking
million?
about half of them are a Christmas song. I don't even like what we talking about. Mariah Carey would still be like nine, maybe move her down to 11.
Her
Because I
debut
got
went
Marvin
nine
Gaye.
times platinum, dude.
I got Marvin Gaye right out the Prince. I don't even consider like, but that's the thing here. They did what they did too. They meshed really well. Like some of these people you
Pop.
consider pop, yeah. Like,
I
but they
got that's
did.
fair.
They included all of them though. Because
Yeah.
James Brown, I really don't consider R&B, but I mean he is still fucking James Brown.
But that's the thing. That's another one that's obviously before my time as it relates to impact.
But you know James Brown though.
He's one of the most sampled singers of all time.
Yeah.
He's been sampled to death. So obviously it's a big deal. But I know shit that R. Kelly wrote for mad niggas, produced hella shit. Like I know
That's why
I'm
he at
deep with
three.
that knowledge. I don't know the depths of James Brown shit.
Is Beyonce in your top 10?
She has to be, bro. She has to be.
Is Whitney Houston in front of her?
Beyonce catalog and longevity might be better than Whitney's though. I say I don't know Whitney albums. That's the thing.
So let me ask, who are you leaving R. Kelly where he is?
I would
At
move him up
nine?
probably top six,
And who do you take out of the top six for R. Kelly?
like James Brown.
You take James Brown out. Okay.
Yeah,
I could see
Aretha.
that.
I'd
I'm
move
not mad at that.
Aretha down a little bit. I know that's the Queen of Soul, but I just, bro, I don't know.
You got to go
I gotta
see
watch
that.
the documentary.
If you care, not the documentary, the movie,
I mean, the movie.
'Cause the movie and the doc actually, but it's just she was different, and
Luther was
like
22.
that's insane. But from a catalog standpoint, I understand it. From a vocal standpoint, he's number
Well,
two
yeah.
or one.
Yeah,
If
if it
we
was
talk
just
about
that,
just vocals, yeah.
yeah. If it was just that,
Like
then Whitney would
to
be.
me, Luther, yeah, to me, yeah, you're right. Luther Whitney would be 1 and 2 for me
Yeah,
if it was vocals. The glaring miss. You ready to hear it?
yeah.
Just announced a tour with your girl.
Oh, Monica not on here.
Monica's not on this list, bro.
She sure
That
ain't.
is insane.
She sure ain't. No,
You
wait,
got
hold on.
Fantasia. Monica not on this list, bro.
Nah, you right.
That is a glaring miss.
That don't make no sense.
It makes no sense
That
at
don't make no
all
sense.
that Monica not on this list. Like she got to be beefing with somebody at Billboard.
She
Cause
might
and
smack somebody at Billboard.
for playing with her, like they
That's what
got
I'm saying.
Gunica fucked up. But
Tank is on
like,
here, bro.
bro, it's a lot of people on here that shouldn't be on here in front of Monica.
Tank,
A lot of people on here that shouldn't be in front of Monica.
bruh.
We talking about Monica, bro. And I
SZA
ain't trying
over.
to act like I ain't acting like Monica the greatest R&B act ever, nothing like that. But I'm saying if we making a list of 75 and you got SZA and fucking Summer Walker
Because
and you
Brandy
got
is on
these
here at
people on here,
41.
you would
I
have thought
wouldn't.
Monica would have been at least 42.
Yeah, that's
Or
weird.
the fact that Monica is not on here is crazy.
Frank Ocean at 37, bro.
With no Monica, SZA's on here, and shout out to SZA, but she at 44 and there's no Monica.
SZA been popping for 8 minutes, respectfully. When you compare it
Monica
to somebody
just
like a
announced a new
Monica,
tour. It's crazy. Lauren Hill's on here. And no
that's
shot, no disrespect to her.
that's
But she on here before
disgusting,
Monica? Like we
bruh.
putting her on both the rapper and the R&B chick list? Like we doing that? Come on, bro.
Babyface
Stop it.
35 is kind of crazy though.
Yeah, that's disgusting
That's a
too.
right ass
He
motherfucker
should
right there.
he should have been further up. If I'm gonna give R. Kelly all of that credit, then like Jill Scott, I love Jill Scott, but Jill Scott and no Monica? Come on, man.
That's a wild. You right. I'm fucking with that Brandy and Monica too. Brandy, that's my baby. So I got to pull
Yeah, I
her
wouldn't mind seeing it. Tevin Campbell's on here and Monica's not. By the way, Peebo Pricing is on here, bro.
D'Angelo on here.
Like, what are we talking? I can't believe Monica's not on this list, man.
That's
Another person
crazy.
that I couldn't believe was on here, but then they didn't really do the groups. Like Ronald
Yeah, no
Isley.
groups. No
Yeah,
groups.
Ronald Isley still could have been. You don't think he could have solo career, Mr. Big, still
Nah,
nothing? No.
I ain't know.
Okay. They need to
Chris
do the
Brown
top R&B
26.
groups. That's a little low for Chris Brown. I would have moved him further up, even though I'm not a Chris Brown fan at all. You think that's right? Top 25, I would say. Chris Brown should be top 25.
But like, would you put him over somebody like a Curtis Mayfield,
No,
Al Green,
no,
Donny Hathaway? See what I'm saying?
no. I can't do that. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Bill
I almost
Withers.
want to. I might can put Chris Brown over Bill Withers.
All right. I'm what it is.
Maybe.
You got him about right then, right where he's supposed to be at.
Yeah,
Then.
that's about right, Dave. But 26 is okay. One spot up.
Interesting list though, man. I thought this was a
Very
good
interesting.
conversation piece.
100%, man. Y'all let us know, man. Why is Monica not on this list?
I need
Did y'all
answers.
notice any other glaring misses that they had? Who would you guys have at one, and where would you guys have R. Kelly?
But they got her on here over
And Monica's not on here. If I was Monica, boy, I got to talk to somebody at Billboard. Y'all playing
Summer
with me, bro.
Walker, bro.
Over Monica. We just talking about Monica. So gone over you. What we talking about, bro? Oh, boy is mine. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Oh shit. That's
Jesus.
crazy. All right, man. Before we get out of here to these wins and these losses. New Atlanta rapper. Got one of the hottest joints out of the city. Her name is
Win
Pluto. She got that big
Whammy
win whammy. It's going crazy at the high school functions,
at the football game.
all the high school homecoming game, all that shit. She dropped a project, believe it or not, and she's throwing shots at Lotto, who was supposed to be on the Win Whammy remix, and something happened and fell through. Smarter
She
dumb
said it was
move for
doing
a
too much.
new Atlanta female rapper to go against the biggest Atlanta female rapper, currently out now.
So Lotto was on one of the kids' streams, and she played her a little snippet of her verse, and she said she wasn't sure if it would be released because they was doing too much on the other girl's side. Her team, I don't know if it was specifically aimed at her or whatever happened, and that led what's a Pluto to in one of she just released a tape on the 20th.
Yep.
In one of the songs, she was like she the real big mama, and people
Yeah.
went ahead to speculate to think that she was dissing Lotto. Is this a smart move? Absolutely not. You're hot right now, Pluto, and that's fine. But you like Lotto been hot for a minute, and you don't want to make an adversary for somebody who has a much bigger platform than you.
Yeah.
Figure out whatever you guys needed to figure out on a little song, get it on another smash hit, turn it into a smash. Let the Pluto, I mean, let the Wham Whammy do what it's gonna do. You got Sexy Red on there, it's
Yeah.
cool, but this hometown like this is a could be a good connection for you. She young, it looked like she really ain't into the politics of the stuff. She just gonna pop her shit. That's the type of chick that she looks like being young and shit. But I don't think she want that Lotto smoke because she really can't rap like Lotto. She just got a little vibe, which is what the kids like. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe the kids decide with Pluto and make Lotto feel like an old lady. But I don't think she should be beefing with her. But you know what? You
Talk
said
to
at the
me.
high school games, what I will say is, I may have said this previously.
Oh yeah.
When I was outside a couple of weeks ago, I've never felt so old when that Wham Whammy came on. And everybody knew it, but like me and the old niggas that I was with looking at each
Yeah.
other like, oh, what's this? Like
Yep.
the grown up girls and everything is singing this. This shit crazy. It's a smash.
Facts. Yeah, it's I don't like the move because this reminds me when Amaretta came out with that, sorry, not
Not
sorry, you
Atlanta.
not Atlanta. And when she mentioned like Clayco, yeah, you not
Waco.
Atlanta. Like
All
that ain't.
right.
And Lotto came out, Lotto jumped on the remix and addressed like, okay, so Outkast, since they from College Park, they not Atlanta. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Two
but they
Chains,
played
not
into
Atlanta.
it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a good look. Now, we haven't heard from Amaretta since then.
She been
So,
trying.
yeah, she's been trying for sure, but nothing's really connected. And she's dope too, by the way. So, listen, I'd rather try to build the bridges and not burn them so quickly. I'm sure Lotto's connected. She had the song with Mariah Carey the other year. You know what I mean? You never know, man. Pluto got to think a little larger, think a little bigger, think grander, and not so granular because, like, yo, you never know who you can run into. And I get it. She hot right now. Phone probably blowing up. Show money coming in. But dog, that
Go to
shit can
her.
end tomorrow.
This I don't know her, but I'm just speaking from a perception standpoint. She didn't do anything to make me see this. I'm just talking about the looks.
Right.
Go to her IG and you can see why she thinks she's on top of the world.
Oh, I've seen the
Like
IG.
you seen like them
Yeah.
bringing her out. Like I think it may have been Lil Baby brought her out in
Yep.
Detroit. Like whole crowd word for word with your
No, for
song.
sure.
Like she on top right now, so I could see her, and she's young. Like you could
Yes.
visibly young. You could tell she like a child damn near.
Yeah.
So I could see
Respectfully.
her being like, yeah, I'm that bitch, and fuck her. She old or whatever it may be. But
Yeah,
I
but
don't think
this
that's
is
correct.
gonna be a learning lesson
Yeah, it's gonna be a lesson. A lot of gonna have to teach her something
because
if she
it's about
cares.
relationships. It's not about
Facts.
that. That's the part that she ain't learned yet, which she'll get to. And so,
Hmm.
unnecessarily doing too much too early can be a bad play.
Facts. All right, man, for these wins and these losses, first win or a loss, you got Lil Wayne's son who says that Wayne wrote most of Drake's lyrics. Is that a win or a loss, AB?
Fam, this was Lil Novi.
Lil Novi.
Lil Novi. He's 15 years old. That means if you do the math, he was born in 08, 09. Fam.
When Drake first came out.
When Drake first came around, Wayne and them, bro, you remember what you saw as an infant, bro? Like, stop, bro.
He was in the studio.
You was in the studio,
He was on
like
the tour
really,
buses.
bro. You was taking a nap, fam. You wasn't on the tour bus. This is the one he's got. This the baby. This is the kid he has with Nivea, the R&B singer who also didn't make the top 75.
Damn, Nivea. Anthony
Uh,
Hamilton was on there. Monica wouldn't, by
yeah,
the way.
that's crazy. But yeah,
Was
this is
Jaheim
a
on
L.
there?
You say who?
Was Jaheim on there?
Hell no.
Does he deserve to be?
Hell no. The fuck?
I
No.
don't know why I thought of that when you said
That's
that.
nuts. Jaheim?
Mm.
No.
I mean, Jaheim got a classic album. That first one, the
No.
one called Jaheim.
I
Yeah, you
don't believe that.
crazy.
I don't believe that.
That, come on, bro.
Nah.
You
Nope.
sleep.
I don't believe you
You
or
sleep.
Lil Wayne's son.
You sleep. Yeah, I don't believe Lil Wayne's son at all. I don't know why he would come out and say this. I don't know who gives him a platform. Is he a streamer? I have so many questions based off how this information even gets out and who repeats it and who lets him think that this is okay to say. Like, just lie. I'm just gonna lie for the clout. That's what I'm gonna do. Fuck it. It's
Yeah,
insane.
that was whack.
All right, next one, man. Jim Jones adamantly believes has been on two podcasts arguing about it. The Club Shay Shay or Up All Night or whatever it's called with him and Ocho Cinco and the Fat Joe and Jada podcast. Jim Jones adamantly believes that he is a better rapper than Nas. Is this a win or a loss?
Bro, this is a lot. I don't know what Jim Jones is. Jim Jones have moved on from poking Pusha T pause to now he's trying to get Nas's attention. Everything Jim Jones does, for as long as people don't respond to him, looks like he's just trying to get someone to say something to him. He's like, please,
No, he
somebody,
is.
somebody say something to me,
He
please.
is though. He admitted that on Fat Joe and Jada podcast.
Oh,
He's
that
like,
makes sense then.
He's like, part of his relevance in this new generation is knowing how to manipulate the algorithms and go viral. So this is part of that. This is a loss still because I don't like respect you doing it. And another one of his arguments was Nas is not in the same generation as him. And how this whole thing started, some 23-year-old kid came out and said that Jim Jones was way more influential to him than Nas was, which makes sense because Nas is of another generation than Jim Jones is. And Jim Jones still outside. But yeah, like I don't got no problem with Jim saying that. Like one of the things he said in the interview is like, I'm gonna always take me. Like it don't matter if it's Styles P, it don't matter if it's Nas. Like I'm always gonna say that I'm that nigga and I'm taking me over whoever. That's cool, but sometimes you're wrong, bro.
Facts.
Sometimes you're just wrong. Like Nas is a better rapper than you. It ain't even close.
It's not
So
close, bro.
yeah.
Respectfully.
All right, lastly, before we get out of here, Temple University launches Kendrick course on culture about legacy and lyrics. Is that a win or a loss?
This is a W. This is a W every time anybody creates a course surrounding hip hop because I'm sick that we didn't have that growing up because I would have taken the class.
Hmm.
Fuck it, I might could teach that shit. You know what I'm talking about? But this one, the new course titled Kendrick Lamar and the Morale of Mad City, which is hard, launches fall of this year. Quote, Kendrick Lamar is one of the leading voices of his generation and has a keen ability to articulate various dynamics of black life and the quest towards self-actualization, and particularly also capturing the narrative of marginalization and rising from it. End quote. So y'all, anybody listening at Temple, y'all enjoy that. This is a big W. I definitely tap in, and I
I'm
love the
gonna pull
name
up.
of it.
I'm gonna pull up and audit that class. You know, you can just go and sit in there if you audit it as just like a civilian. I might
I'm
go
gonna
do
do that
that.
then.
Tough. Just to take a trip 1 week and go do that. But yeah, that's fire. I'm here for it. More, please, more. Give me more of these from whoever it may be, from rappers I love to rappers I don't care for. Like I feel like that this is needed to continue to expand the culture and make it grow to the places that it's grown to in this point. So yes, I love it. I would definitely sit in on it, like you said.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go to on Deckers of the week. We're taking it to YouTube. Shout out to J Beasley 34. My son is 17, and I put him on Pac because the YNs and NBA young boys are calling him the Tupac of the generation. Um, my
Wait, what?
son, so my son asked me about Pac, so I played some stuff and he was rocking with it.
Oh, okay. Are
Okay,
they
so I'm saying
calling
they're
young
calling
boy
NBA
Pac
young
of the
boy.
generation?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, he wanted to know who Pac was. Oh, that's
Yep.
dope.
That's fire.
That's dope. I'm glad he
That's
fucked with
listen,
it.
listen, nigga.
I
Tears
didn't
of
know
joy.
NBA.
I ever get asked some shit like that.
Facts.
Can you
I
play me
didn't know
some? Where do
NBA
you
young boy.
start? Like if a
Where
if
would
a
I
17-year-old
start?
was like, man, bro, this Pac dude, bro, like play me some shit. Where you starting
All eyes
first?
on me. You gotta go all eyes on me.
Ooh.
That's where you gotta start at. Then you gotta be. Then you gotta go to like the Machiavelli and all the other stuff that's more like
You
in
started
there.
with
But
Death
you
Row
gotta start.
Pac?
Yeah, I gotta start with Death Row Pac because I gotta let him know that no Pac was that nigga. Like Me Against the World is fire and Machiavelli is fire, and you get into your creative bags, and we gonna get into how cold he was over here. But I gotta let you with this All Eyes on Me know that Pac was that nigga. Like, do
Mm,
not get that shit twisted. So I'm
mm.
starting there. What about you?
I might take it from the beginning.
Mmm.
Like maybe
You ain't
maybe I'll
scared he gonna
play
get
maybe I'll
that
play
might scare him off.
that's what I'm saying. So maybe one or two angry like that I know are just undeniable slaps from me against I mean from All Eyes on Me, maybe one or two, but then I'd be like, but this is how it kind of started. Like and I kind of
Mmm.
paint the picture go back to maybe Brenda's Got a Baby or something like that.
Mmm. Okay.
I'll take it back a little bit and then tell him
Yeah,
how
I
we
would
got to
have.
that point.
That would have been one of the best days of the summer for me and my son. Like, we finna
Literally.
hop in the whip. We rocking a bang in this park.
Tank on
Facts.
full, nigga. We riding
Fire. Yeah,
around.
we riding all day, nigga. Get your sunglasses. We finna grab a icy, nigga. Ride through the park. Let you get a look at this. You look at some little holes or something. Like, yeah, we banging that park.
You've been
Let's
waiting my
get
whole
it.
life for you to ask me this question.
Facts, nigga. That's hilarious.
Shit. Also, shout out to Golden Child 1123. He said Pac is definitely top five, and Bone could close the show on first of the month. I don't know. Nah, probably Crossroads. They close on Crossroads.
They can do Thuggish Ruggish Bone first of the month or Crossroads, to be honest with
They could just
you.
do
Thuggish Ruggish
Crossroads.
Bone probably would be it, to be honest with you.
I don't believe that.
Play that Thuggish Ruggish Bone when we get off here. You gonna remember what that was.
Nah,
Like,
it's that
oh
shit.
yeah. Oh yeah. Like the singing, like how it came
It's
in.
that
Like,
shit.
yeah. And first of the month too. Yeah.
They got hits. It ain't no
They got
question. But
hits.
damn, they gonna end off on all three hits at once. Like you gotta pick one.
Yeah, you gotta do them three back to back, honestly. You
That's
can end with
crazy.
Crossroad if you do them three back to back.
Ain't nothing left.
Mm.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. Put on. What you got for me, man?
I found a new podcast called Infamy. If you remember the series on BET, American Gangster, where they would profile different figures from the black underworld across the United States, this podcast kind of picks up in that vein. They've done Alpo from the Paid in Full movie, if y'all know him. They've done
Mm.
another DC guy. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. And they did the dude, the one that dropped today was based off the real person who Denzel Washington's police character was based off of in Training Day. It was
Okay,
based off
yeah,
the
yeah.
real cop. So they break down these different infamous figures in American underworld. Most of them black, and of course this dude was Mexican. The Denzel dude, but it's called Infamy. It's a dope podcast. They about 25-minute listens, so they ain't gonna have you there all day going through stuff that you don't care about. So I like it. I think that a lot of people, if you enjoyed American Gangster, would like it. So it's fire.
Respect it. Man, I put on this one I can't believe I'm saying. But shout out to my guy Ricardo. He hit me up on IG over the weekend and he said, have you checked out this new Memphis Bleak? And after I got through laughing hysterically, because I thought he was
Shout out
talking
to
about the
Rich, man.
podcast. Well, actually, no.
The podcast, straight.
I thought he was talking about the podcast. He said, no, I'm talking about the album. That's when I began laughing hysterically. When I finally finished and wrote him back and said, absolutely not, he said, man, just check it out. It's actually not that bad. I checked it
He ain't
out.
lying.
I can't believe I'm saying this. This Memphis Bleak straight.
That's facts. I can't
You
even
listen
lie.
to it.
I listened to the first couple of songs. I was shocked. It's probably better
Man,
than any Prime Bleak album, to
got
be
them
honest with
beats. It's better than his old shit.
you. Yeah, this better than old Bleak. I was like, shout out my guy Rich. He sent it to me because he a Bleak fan. I didn't even respond. I was like,
First,
bro, I'm
stop,
not.
stop,
He a Bleak
stop.
fan. He's a Bleak
No
fan,
one's
which is
a Bleak
insane.
fan. He
He is
just
a
doesn't hate
Rich.
him.
Rich is a Bleak fan,
That's
which is
impossible.
insane. And he sent me the album, and I was like, bro, I didn't even respond. But in my head, I was like, why would you send me this? Like you were better than me with Shuffle. I'm not even. You sent me a Memphis Bleak album in 2025, bro. I'm gonna assume you trolling. So I'm just not gonna do it. But I listened to the first couple of songs after I listened to the podcast. Though the
Okay.
podcast gave me motivation to listen to the songs because he was talking to Ja Rule about the bag that he was in and stuff like that. Then he was talking to Guru. Guru a good ass interview. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
me
for
and you
sure.
first stumbled upon that Combat Jack Guru interview.
Yep.
him and Guru, he's still in his Nori bag too. Well, like
Because he talk over him a little bit.
Fat Joe, Nori, and Memphis Bleak are the New York niggas you do not want to be stuck in a room with, because they gonna
not
have
gonna
a
get no
million
words off.
You ain't get no words off. Like even when Jim Jones was trying to talk Fat Joe, no, Jim, I got a story about that. I got a story, Jim. Like Jim was like, bro, y'all interviewing me or did I come here to listen to you talk? But no, Memphis Bleak is kind of bad at that now, but it's still good enough with Guru for like you to get some jewels and stuff that they did during the Rockefeller days. And the Ja Rule one was funny because him and Ja Rule are real cool, and you can tell.
They got a rapport.
I didn't know people were friends. Yeah, I didn't know people were friends with Ja Rule. I'm surprised by that, but here it goes. But yeah, man, check out the podcast too. But the album is straight, to your point.
I can't lie. The album is straight. It's only 11 songs. It's 30 minutes. It's a Madden game. It's called Apartment 3D. If you're a rock fan, I would check it out. I'm not even gonna lie. I was shocked at how solid it was. No pun intended, because the new podcast is also called Rock Solid. But check it out. Check it out.
Facts.
Good looking on that, Ricardo. I was skeptical as fuck, but he right. It's straight.
Facts.
Memphis Bleak. Shit.
Oh, Memphis Bleak is insane.
It's a slow year when Memphis Bleak shit straight. It's something going on.
Memphis Bleak got a chance for your top 10 albums of the year.
God.
That's where we at right now with hip hop.
XXL senior class though. If that was a thing, Bleak would be up though right now.
Senior
with this
class, he would be there. He would be there for the senior class, 100%. Him and Jim Jones would be battling that out.
Nah, but that's it for this week's episode, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. As always, let us know whose side are you on, Mexican OT or the field? Let us know whose side are you on.
Of all of black culture or Mexican OT.
And Clips dissing Pusha T, man. Is he clout chasing, or are we taking it back to the old school days? We dissing niggas on records that we got issues with, no matter how old it is. Let us know who else was missing on that Billboard 75 R&B singers if you deep in your R&B bag like we are. And XXL freshman class, who should we check out? Because there was a couple people we ain't even listen, and I probably won't. Unless somebody recommends it, I may take them up. So let us know, man. As always, appreciate y'all for subscribing, commenting, doing all that good shit. And we will see y'all next week.